The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. My cat's not happy. She was cuddled on my lap, and yep, you see her now. And when I started, she jumped off and left. Hi, my name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this 26th day of October 2022. That's Don Dakinger Day today. Did you know that? Yep, that was this day in 1985. Anyway, so we go to Game 3 of the 2022 World Series. And a couple notes here. It would be almost impossible for a computer AI to aggressively handle a postseason series. Although I think as regular season baseball gets closer and closer to being a playoff baseball as far as pitchers and bullpens and all that, it's just not going to catch all the things. And so if the computer makes a mistake, it's going to get the Astros, by the way, the next 3 games. That's on the computer, and I don't really feel comfortable enough with running either of these teams to override it, unlike the full season replays where I've handled a team 25, 30 times over the course of 85, 90 streams and kind of know how things should go. I don't, frankly, with these teams. Case in point, the Philadelphia Phillies, who really have no closer. And when you look at Efren, is that his name, as a possible closer, the computers are going to look at that. He has an ERA over 4. And so it looks at his full work over the course of the season and not necessarily what he did over the last couple days. And so we will do our best to do this. Okay, so the situation is the Phillies won Game 1 behind Zach Wheeler. Aaron Nola pitched well in Game 2, but the Phillies bullpen coughed up a hairball. Noted fan Ricky Keeler saw who the computer put in when, yep, Houston's winning this game, and yep, Houston won the game. So we come to Philadelphia. A nice night, by the way, 60 degrees, winds blowing out to center at 10. With the series pretty much even. Now, Philadelphia has a better advantage because I'm the one running the bullpen and not the computer. Lineups, as you'll see in a moment, will be from Games 3 of both series, both the AL and NLCS. So when you said, people say so-and-so should be at third, I went with the last start for Ranger Suarez for the Phillies and put in that lineup, and that's what they got. And it's the lineup that Javier had for the Astros when they pitched Game 3. Just put it out there for all that. All right, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go. As Retro Sports Network presents Game 3 of the 2022 World Series Preplay. Tonight, from Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, it is the Houston Astros and the Philadelphia Phillies. And tonight's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. How you doing, Bernie? And so it is Ranger Suarez, whose name kind of comes across as one of those 50s, 60s, and 70s kiddie stars that showed you cartoons after school. Remember, kids, don't do drugs. How you doing, Andrew from Louisville? Suarez, as soon as the game cooperates, here we go, 29 starts on the real season, 155 and a third, and maybe get you 6 tonight. 149 hits, 15 homers, 58 walks, 129 strikeouts. He's a ground ball pitcher. 10-7 on the year with an earned run average of 365. So day after day after day. He is a lefty. Here is a lineup that the Astros will put out there for Game 3. This is the lineup they had for Game 3 against the Yankees when Javier pitched. Jose Altuve leads off at second base. Jeremy Pena at short. Boy, he did have a bad Game 1. He will bat second. Yordan Alvarez in left will go third. Alec Bregman at third cleans up. Kyle Tucker in right will bat fifth. Yuri Gurriel at first, sixth. Trey Mancini is their DH. He'll bat seventh. Christian Vasquez, who pinch hit in Game 2, will catch Game 3, batting eighth. And Chas McCormick in center field will bat 9th. Javier, maybe 5 innings, 85 pitches. That's not a lot. Now, if Midlife Crisis watches, this is this lineup that Rob Thompson put out there when Suarez pitched against the Padres. So Schwarber is a 5 and a 6 in left. Marsh, 6 and a 3 in center. Castellanos, a 5 and a 6 in right. Bohm is a 6 at third. Stott, a 7 at short. Segura, a 6 at second. Hoskins, who's had a terrible series, is a 6 at first. Real Muto at 8 and 9 behind the plate, and I'm still mind blown by the fact that he had 21 steals. And Suarez is a pretty good fielder. He's an 8 with a 1,000 fielding percentage, and if all things considered, there might be 6 innings out of him tonight. Altuve, 1 for 8 in the series, a single and an RBI. And under clear skies and 60-degree temperatures, Game 3 starts with strike 3. A 1-2 fastball in there looking, and a good start for Ranger. So here's Pena, Jeremy at 300, 3 for 10 and an RBI, and a run scored. Suarez winds and deals, and there's a line drive into center field, and Marsh will pick it up. So the Astros had the first hit. Here's Alvarez. My goodness gracious. Buffy St. Marie, 5 for 8 over the first 2 games. A double, a run scored, a walk, and 2 strikeouts, but no RBI. Suarez from the stretch. There's a chopper to first. Hoskins might get 2. No, only play is by himself. Pena goes to second, and there are 2 outs. For Mr. Bregman, who is 2 for 9 on the series. He has singled twice, but driven in 3 runs. So if you're watching going, well, this isn't going to happen and that's going to happen, we just play the games. There's no, you never know what's going to happen, and that's what a pre-play is for. And remember, when I did pre-plays before, the team that won the pre-play never won the World Series. Pitch to Bregman. There goes Pena. Fly ball left field. Schwarber in the alley. And Kyle will make the catch to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. The Astros strand a runner. Half an inning in the books, no score. So Kristen Javier. He's 24 years old. He looks like he swallowed a canary in that picture, doesn't it? Fastball at 95 and a fly ball pitcher. He made 30 appearances, but only 25 starts. 11 and 9 with a whip under 1 and an earned run average of 254 and 148 2/3. He allowed 89 hits. Good, my word. 17 homers. He walked 52. While striking out 194. I think you're getting a sense of why the Astros had the best record in the American League. Kyle Schwarber leads off tonight for the Phils. He is 0 for 5. Remember, he was hurt in Game 1. Rhys Hoskins will bat second and play first. JT Real Muto behind the plate goes third. Bryce Harper is the DH. He'll clean up. Nick Castellanos in right field will bat 5th. Bohm, I know his name isn't Parker, but that's just too close to the bowler. Parker Bohm the third for me. He plays 3rd and bats 6th. Stott at short goes 7th. Segura at second goes 8th. And Marsh in center bats 9th. Suarez threw 14 pitches in his half of the first. Houston, not a bad defensive team. Alvarez a 4 and a 7 in left. McCormick a 6 and a 4 in center. Tucker a 7 and a 6 in right. Bregman a 7 at third. Pena a 7 at short. Altuve a 6 at second. Gurriel an 8 at first. Vasquez, who came over from the Red Sox, one of the more bizarre trades in Red Sox history, gets the call for Game 3. He's a 7 and a 5 behind the plate. Javier doesn't have much range, but he's a perfect 4, range with a 1,000 fielding percentage. Schwarber 0 for 5 on the series. Digs in and strikes out. So Javier got him on an 0-2 fastball looking to start the ball game. Hoskins, feast or famine for Reese. He's 2 for 9. A single, a double, and 6 strikeouts. He does, however, have an RBI. And there's a chopper to short. At least he makes contact. Pena over to first for the out, and there's 2 away. For JT Realmuto, who was thrown out trying to steal in Game 2. 3 for 9 on the series. A double and 3 strikeouts. Javier winds and deals, and there's a line drive to left. Alvarez has it lined up, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the second in Game 3, no score. So it'll be Tucker, Gurriel, and Mancini. Tucker, 3 for 7 on the series. He had a pretty good Game 1. A double and a solo homer. He has scored twice. Javier, by the way, got his 3 batters on 7 pitches. Suarez starts the second. Strike 3. Tucker swung on and missed a fastball. 1 out. Here's Gurriel, 1 for 8 on the series. It's 125. He's only struck out once. And grounded into a double play. Chopper to second. Segura is there in the hole over to Hoskins, 2 out. So here's Mancini over from Baltimore. 1 for 5 on the World Series with 3 strikeouts. A commenter on YouTube today said, since when are Houston is in the American League? Believe it or not, this is their 10th year in the AL. They were horrible when they made the transition from the National League to the American League. And of course, their first AL game was against the Texas Rangers. And my, how far they have come in the last decade, which gives teams like Pittsburgh and Baltimore and those of you who root for those teams some hope. You just never know. A decade is a long time. Pitch to Mancini is a ground ball to third. Bohm across the way. And that's an out. So that's a fast inning. 3 up, 3 down after an inning and a half, no score. So here's Bryce Harper. Harper, Ricky, that arm isn't that good when you watch later. It's a 3 out of 10. He is, I'm trying to find, a 1 and a 3 out in the right field. That's bad. As I was saying the other day, Harper, back before the DH crept in the National League, was a charter member of the Future First Basemen of America. Anyway, 1 for 7 in the World Series with a stolen base. This time around, back up the box. Javier doesn't even have to leave the mound. Throws to first for the out. So 1 away for Castellanos, who's 1 for 7. Got him. An 0-2 curve on the inside corner, 2 out. And that'll bring up Alec. I'm not Parker Bohm. Alec, 2 for 8 for the Phils. He has singled twice and struck out in this World Series. Javier's pitch. There's a fly ball left field. The crowd likes it. And someone from Camden made that catch. A ball and 2 strikes to Alec. We said a cool night here in Philadelphia, 60 degrees. Winds blowing out to center at 10. Ground ball to short. Pena, long throw to first, and it's 6 up and 6 down. We played 2 at Citizens Bank, no score. You guys can chat. How you guys doing? So here's Vasquez. Had a pinch hit single in game 2. 250 since coming over from Boston and with a home run and 10 RBI. Suarez starts the 3rd with a walk. So Vasquez scampers down to first. Full count fastball was inside. And now we'll bring up Chas McCormick. McCormick 2 for 7 on the series with a run scored. Vasquez not a threat to steal, but does okay running the bases. There's a base hit into right field. Castellanos will pick it up. Let's see what Vasquez does. Is he going to try for 3rd? Nope, he's going to hold at 2nd. So the Astros got something cooking here. 1st and 2nd, nobody out for Jose Altuve, who struck out his first time up. Andrew was learning stone cold hockey. We got another beta release. We are still expecting that to come out Monday. Suarez opening 9 on 36 pitches, 2 innings plus, 2 hits, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. We're working, by the way, on the fictional element of Stone Cold Hockey for the computer game. But it is a fun game, Andrew. It really is. So Suarez in a bit of a pickle here in the 3rd. Goes home. Chopper up the middle. That might be 2. Segura stop for 1. Pivot throw to first. Hoskins keeps his foot on the bag, and it's a 4-6-3. So 2 out. And a runner on 3rd for Pena, who singled in the 1st. We set a record today, by the way. It was 76 in Burlington on the 26th of October. Suarez comes home. Pena chops 1 to short. Stott deep in the hole. Throws to first. And the side is retired. So Vasquez is stranded at 3rd. And that'll do it. Astros get a hit, leave a runner on. No runs, a hit, no errors. Bottom of the 3rd here in Philadelphia. Scoreless. So Stott, Segura, and Marsh here in the 3rd. Bryson sports the number 73. 2 for 8 on the series. A double and an RBI. Javier's pitch into left field. Again, the crowd likes it. And so does Jordan Alvarez as there's 1 out. The Phillies, of course, world champions in 2008, National League champions in 2009. So Citizens Bank is seeing its 3rd World Series. And I'm trying to think. I think the Vet only saw 2, 80 and 83. So already a marked improvement. Here's Segura, 1 for 7. A run scored, a walk, and a strikeout. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The Vet saw a World Series in 93. So they both have seen 3 in their respective histories. Pitch to Segura. There's a ground ball to 3rd. Bregman over to Gurriel for the out. So since the Phillies broke through and won the 80 World Series, including that one, they've been to 6 in 42 tries. Here's Brandon Marsh. Brandon with a big homer for the Phils in Game 1. 2 for 5 on the series. Pinch hit in Game 2. And has scored twice. Fly ball, right field. Tucker going back in the corner. Makes the catch. That's a pretty fast 3 innings. 9 up, 9 down. We go to the 4th. No score. So Alvarez, Bregman, and Tucker. Jordan is 0 for 1. Got him. Gets away from Realmuto. He'll throw it down to Hoskins, and that's the 3rd for Suarez. So here's Bregman, who's 0 for 1. Suarez winds and deals, and there's a fly ball left field. Schwarber going back, but we'll get it. In fact, he makes a leaping catch against the wall. He's trying to keep that shoulder loose. Remember, he twisted his ankle on a fly ball in Game 1. At the plate, he never even took the field. So he gets a good hand on that leaping catch. And here's Tucker, who struck out his first time up. Ground ball to 3rd. Bohm is going to have to hurry the throw. Tucker has wheels, and Kyle is safe on the infield hit. That was just a slow bounder down to 3rd, and Bohm would have really had to rush to have a legitimate chance. So that's the 3rd hit for the Astros. And here's Gurriel, who's 0 for 1. Ground ball. Suarez off the mound. Throws to first for the out. Suarez knew that was going to be a chunker on the grass, and he fielded it rather cleanly, and that will retire the side. No runs, a hit. The Astros have left on 3. We go to the bottom of the 4th. No score. So Javier, his opening 9 on 25 pitches. And it is a Bengal fest. The only thing I'm going to tell you is he struck out 2, including Schwarber, to start the ballgame. Javier starts the 4th, and Schwarber goes down again. He chased an 0-2 curve. So here's Hoskins. So a fantastic start for Javier. And that's a liner to left. Alvarez makes the catch. A little soft liner, and Alvarez was positioned perfectly. Here's Realmuto. JT looks a bit intense in that picture, don't you think? It's okay. It's okay. Pitch to Realmuto. Chopper to Javier, and the throw to Gurriel's close, and Realmuto, oh ho 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 ho, out by an eyelash on the bang banger. He thought he beat it out. He turned to Thompson in the dugout and said, "Do we review that?" And Thompson said, "No, you were out, but it was close." Wowzers, no runs, no hits, no errors, 12 up, 12 down. We go to the 5th, no score. So Mancini, Vasquez, and McCormick to face Suarez here in the 5th. Trey's 0 for 1, fly ball left field. Schwarber, 1 out. Vasquez singled and walked. They've not walked today. He singled and walked in the series. What's not said about today's baseball is that with pitching so strong, I mean, we had 2 games in this postseason already that were scoreless after 15 innings. Or 14 innings, 1-1 in the 15th, and the Houston win in the 18th over Seattle, is that this really is turning into a dead ball period. And you can blame hitters for not hitting against shifts and all that. But what they've done with pitchers, and instead of focusing on endurance, just focusing on strength. I mean, here we are, 5 or 4 innings into a World Series game, and we've had a whopping 3 hits. Pitch to Vasquez. Got him. Swung on and missed the 1-2 change. Pitchers today have just become so good at pinpointing locations and getting batters to chase, and with a lot of free swingers. Here's McCormick. He's 1 for 1 with a single. It's almost back like to the mounds are back to 15 inches like they were in the 60s. Pitch to McCormick. Chas rips this one into left field. Schwarber will pick it up. McCormick rounds first, and that's the 4th Astro hit. So Suarez, 18 batters, 66 pitches, 4 2/3, 4 hits, the 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. Altuve is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Real Muto goes out. And he walks Altuve. So first and second with 2 out. He's on 73 pitches. Here's Pena. He is 1 for 2. Jeremy singled. Chopper. Stott is going to come in on the grass, and that's going to be an infield hit. That one hit the mound, and Stott went one way, and the ball went the other. Still, it was a close play, and with 2 out here in the 5th, the Astros have them loaded. For Alvarez, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Suarez says, I'm fine. So he stays in the game, but the Astros are knocking on the door. McCormick on third. Fly ball left center field. Marsh ranging over and will make the catch. And how about that? The Astros leave them loaded. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. The Astros have left on 6. Halfway home, no score. So coming into game 2 or 3, the Astros as a team were hitting 288 and the Phillies 236. There is no summer. We haven't had a run. The Astros left them loaded in the 5th and could not take advantage of it. Javier wants to know if you want cream cheese on your bagel. He has struck out 3 through 4. In fact, on 36 pitches, he's only thrown 7 balls. Suarez got out of that jam in the 5th, 5 hits through 5, has walked 2 and struck out 4. So here's Harper to start the bottom of the 5th. There's a line drive to Gurriel, 1 out. So here's Castellanos, who has struck out his first time up. Javier has fanned 3. And there's a pop-up in the right center. McCormick rides the Schwinn. How you doing, Matt? 2 out for Bohm. So the Astros have had their chances, but they've not been able to knock down the barn door. Pitch to Bohm. There's a ground ball to Gurriel. How you doing, D. Scott Howard? Gurriel takes it to the bag. 15 up, 15 down. We go to the 6th, no score. So there are goats in the house here in Philadelphia. And trust me, that would be an improvement. Bregman is 0 for 2. Suarez probably will get through the 6th. His offense has given him literally nothing to work with. Pitch to Bregman. Chopper to first. Hoskins has it. He'll underhand it to Suarez. 1 out. So here's Tucker. Kyle has a single and a strikeout. He's 1 for 2. Go watch the last video that Mr. Howard sent. I would love for Dan Byrne to discover the channel. That'd be so cool. Pitch to Tucker. Kyle swings. High ground ball to first. Hoskins to the bag himself. 2 out. So here's Gurriel. He is 0 for 2. Suarez winds and deals. Chopper to short. Stott across the way. And that will retire the side. So Suarez has thrown 6 good innings. And unless something happens in the next couple minutes, he's not going to get a decision. We go to the bottom of the 6th, no score. So Stott, along with all of Philadelphia, is 0 for. And Javier has thrown 42 pitches through 5 innings. Pitch to Stott into right field. Tucker going back and 1 out. Segura, second verse, same as the first here. Javier's pitch. And there goes the perfect game as Segura draws a walk. So with 1 out in the 6th inning, the Phillies finally get a base runner. From Brandon Don't Call Me Jordan Marsh, he is 0 for 1. Marsh got him. That's 4. Swung on and missed a hard fastball. And here's Schwarber. He is 0 for 2. Oh! Kind of early for basketball, isn't it? Headed to the Western Washington University men's basketball opener versus Coach Gary Payton. Seattle's supersonic legend that he is. And Lincoln University of Oakland. California? Or is there in Oakland, Washington? Anyway, Javier, 5 2/3, a walk, 4 strikeouts, 18 batters, 59 pitches. Schwarber. And that's a balk. So Javier, who could do no wrong up until now, gets called for a balk. He'd forgotten how to pitch with a runner on. So Segura, the game's first run, is in scoring position. And a 1-ball count to Schwarber. Javier deals. There goes Segura. That's into right. In the corner. And Tucker in foul territory makes the catch. So he loses the perfect game, but not the no-no. And we go to the 7th. There is still no score. Gary, by the way, Payton, is from Oakland. And went home. Nice. Yeah, no, I always like Gary Payton. So Suarez says he's fine. Mancini is 0 for 2. Ranger starts the 7th with a high fly ball to right. Castellanos goes back, and that's off the wall. So that didn't work for the Phils. Mancini round in second. Is he going to go for 3? No. But now we go get Suarez to face Vasquez, and it's going to be... Is Larry Boa playing in this game? No. He's watching, though. Matt's Soccer Blast order arrived, and so you would So you're a Chelsea fan, right? Oh my goodness, who do I go with? Connor Brogdon, who allowed 3 hits in his inning award. He faced 6 batters, gave up a run. By the way, Game 3 is Halloween night. So Brogdon pitched in a Game 1 loss. So everyone dress up like David Gardner who's watching this. Vasquez has walked and struck out. He's 0 for 1. Ground ball to first. Hoskins to the bag. Mancini has no speed. But again, he's the game's first run, and he's on third. So here's McCormick. Chaz has singled twice. Everyone would score if they did. There's no double meaning to that in any way, shape, or form, is there? I don't know if this was that or not. I'm just noticing this, but you see that C on the bottom right there? That's not my GPA from college. That's letting the computer make a decision. I didn't know if that's new or not. I've only done 100 and some odd games of Action PC Baseball 22. Anywho, here's the pitch. David Hensley's going to pinch hit. No. McCormick is 2 for 2. He's with a 255 outcome box. Put the ball in play. Nope, Brogdon got him. A 1-2 fastball swung on and missed. And that'll bring up Altuve, who is 0 for 2. He has walked and struck out. 2 out, top of the 7th, and a scoreless Game 3. The series tied at 1. Pitch to Altuve. Jose in the left field. Schwarber will turn and watch it go. Right? Yes, gone. Or not. That's a double. We won't ask to see the replay on that. And for all of you who think I could do Major League Baseball, no. Let's do this again. Swinging, Altuve drives it to left. Schwarber will have it bounce off the wall. He'll get it on a hop, and the run will score. So Mancini scores, and the Astros get the first run of the ball game here in the 7th. I'm sure, as they're talking about Soccer Blast in the chat, that the Play.com folks have done some very good videos on it. They do a lot of good work to promote their games. Here's Pena. Jeremy 2 for 3. He has singled twice. Brogdon's pitch into left field. Schwarber goes back and will make the catch. Stretch time here in Philadelphia. 1-0 Stros. So it'll be Hoskins, Realmuto, and Harper as the Phillies try to scratch something out here. 1 run, 7 hits, no errors for Houston. They've left on 7. The Phillies, bagels. Pitch to Hoskins. Got him. Foul tipped in the glove on the curve, and that's 5 for Kristen. Here's Realmuto. He's 0 for 2. Javier winds and deals, and that's gone. So not only goes a no-hitter, but JT Realmuto has tied this game with 1 swing of the bat. A home run down the line and left. An absolute no-doubter. Javier caught too much of the plate, and Real Muto made him pay. And so after 6 innings of no scoring, it's now 1-1. And here is Harper, who is 0 for 2. I told you, Houston's had their chances. They've left on 7. Pitch to Harper. Chopper to second. Altuve over to first for the out. So that'll do it. Phil Maton comes on to pitch. Javier throws 1 hit in 6 2/3 ball and won't get a decision. It is the former Guardian, Phil Maton, coming on to pitch. Phil, where is the number 88? 28 years old, 67 games, 65 2/3, 58 hits, 10 homers, 24 walks, 73 strikeouts, 0-2, with an earned run average of 384. Fly ball pitcher. Fastball tops out at 93. I'm just going from memory here about my World Series pre-plays. I saw today someone posted an article, and of course it's the internet, so you could post pretty much anything you want, that this is the biggest World Series mismatch in years. I don't agree. I think the Phils are a pretty solid club. Their bullpen is shakier than Jell-O in California. But I think they have done what they've needed to do to get here. Castellanos is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Maton's first offering is a base hit into left field. Alvarez will pick it up. And the Phillies have their second hit of the game. So here's Bohm, 0 for 2. First and second, Castellanos has some speed. He'll stay put. Ground ball to the pitcher, throws to first. Gurriel is there, and that will retire the side. But the Phils break through with a run on the solo homer by Real Muto on 2 hits and no errors. And we go to the 8th here at Citizens Bank Park, 1-1. Brad Hand comes in to start the 8th. Lefty, righty, lefty. Hand, 2 innings in this World Series and is allowed to hit. The former Padre closer is 31 years old. A fastball tops out at 91. And he's a ground ball pitcher. He pitched in both games of the series, going an inning both times. He did not allow a hit in game 2. Yeah, Dave, I saw that video. There was a guy playing a video, MLB The Show, who bunted at every at-bat. I think he was playing against Cleveland, and they won 13-0 or something like that. So Alvarez is 0 for 3 with a strikeout here in game 3, and Hand gives up the walk. So Alvarez takes first. 4 pitches, and the curve misses at the shoulders. Here's Bregman, who's 0 for 3. Alvarez isn't going to steal. Bregman, that's a base hit into right center field. Castellanos will pick it up. Alvarez will hold in second, and Hand will face Tucker, and that will be it. So Kyle is 1 for 3. He has singled and struck out. First and second, 1-1 ball game, top of the 8th. Nobody out. Hand in trouble here. Tucker strikes out. So a 2-2 fastball on the black outside. And Hand says, I want Gurriel.
And so they'll see if they can induce a double play here. Stott, Segura, and Marsh for the Phils in the 8th. Yuli is 0 for 3. Hands pitch. Up the middle, might be 2. Segura goes only to first for Hoskins. They'll get him there, and there's 2 out. So Alvarez on third, Bregman on second. And the odds are heavily in favor of Hand here as he faces Mancini, who doubled and scored in the 7th, the lone run for Houston. Vasquez on deck. Pitch to Mancini. Struck him out. Hand got out of it. Give him one, Philadelphia. No runs, a hit, and no errors. The Astros have left on 9 tonight. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 1-1. So Stott, Segura, and Marsh. Bryson is 0 for 2. Golf tomorrow for you on the channel at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. The Dan Fouts Classic at Torrey Pine South. Second round of that, I am playing with Jim Furyk and Steve Jones. And I shot a 3 under, 69 in the first round. Pitch to Stott is a ground ball to Altuve. Jose throws to first, 1 out. It'll be Vasquez, maybe McCormick, and Altuve for the Stros in the 9th. Segura is 0 for 1 with a walk. Long drive, left field, and that's gone. So another solo homer, and the Phils go up 2-1. So Real Muto and Segura with the home runs, a no doubter, an absolute rocket both times. The Phillies have all of 3 hits in this game, but 2 runs. So there it is again. Segura just hammered that ball. And all Alvarez could do was turn and watch it go. So the Phils 3 outs away from holding on to home field advantage. Well, no, the holding up. Yeah, because they split in Houston. So here's Marsh. Brandon is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Phil's pitch into shallow right. Tucker rides the swing and coming in hard, makes the catch. 2 out for Schwarber, who is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Chopper to Altuve. Jose throws to first, and that will retire the side. So the Phils are 3 outs away. It'll be Zach Eflin. Zach caught his first ever save. Well, he had won the regular season, but became the closer, quote unquote, during the playoffs. Eflin, those numbers just don't give a lot of confidence. It's a 1-run ball game. He's 27 years old. A fastball tops out at 88 and a ground ball pitcher. He went 20 times on the season. Started 13, 75 2/3 for Zach. 70 hits, 8 home runs. He walked 15, struck out 65. And so he's a throwback, if you will. Someone that's trying to get 3 outs, but an 88-mile-an-hour fastball pitcher in this day and age, that's like driving the Edsel. So Vasquez is 0 for 2. He has walked and struck out. I mean, this is such a throwback. Ron Jaworski's putting on the shoulder pads, okay? Pitch to Christian. Right back up the box. Efren bobbles it, throws to first, finds a handle, 1 out. So McCormick, who struck out, Computer wanted to pinch hit for him before. See what they want to do now. He's 2 for 3, single twice. And this time we'll allow David Hensley to bat. Hensley 0 for 1 in the World Series. 345, was absent for picture day. 10 for 29, a home run and 5 RBI. And the outcome box is heavily in Hensley's favor. If we need to use another pitcher in this inning, it would be David Robertson, who came into the year as their closer. But he was hurt and has been in the setup process through the Phillies' march to the World Series. So this game is going to go 29 innings because Gardner wants to go to bed. Pitch to Hensley. Up the middle, and the tying run is on. Drops in front of Marsh. So here's Altuve. Jose is 1 for 3. He has doubled. Drove home a run, a walk, and a strikeout. If we go to the bottom of the 9th, Hoskins, Realmuto, and Harper. Hensley on first. He is not going to steal a base. Eflin from the stretch. Got him. So 2 out. We got Altuve to look at a fastball on the outside corner. And there's 2 out for Pena, who is 2 for 4. Last chance saloon for Houston. Pena has singled twice. Eflin trying to slam the door. From the set. Ground ball to Stott. Should get the out at second. He goes to first, and the Phillies lead the series 2 games to 1. How about that? It worked. So 2 solo homers. The Astros took a 1-0 lead in the 7th. Altuve doubled home Mancini. Realmuto, a solo shot in the 7th to tie it down the line and left. And John Segura, the game winner in the 8th. Astros, 1 run, 9 hits. They left on 10. And that's the type of thing that comes back to bite you in the bippy. The Phillies, 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors. And spare a thought for Javier for the Astros. He had a perfect game through 5 and then took a no-hitter into the 7th. And what's he get out of it? Nothing. Brad Hand fought to stay in the game. He'll get the win. And Eflin picks up the save. And so that is that for that. So tomorrow we'll do golf for you, and we might sneak game 4 in on Friday, depending on what the wifey wants to do and what the weather is. At least he didn't lose, but you gotta feel bad. He gave up the homer to Realmuto and didn't get a decision. Anyway, I'm Ron Juckett. Thank you so much for watching. So we'll do either game 4 on Friday or Sunday. Until then, we'll talk to you tomorrow for some golf. Have a good one, everybody. So long.